Hello, welcome to Artistically Declined.
Uh,
I'm Ian Roten, and I'm joined today by proud abortion survivor Russell Stroud.
why? My
Today
parents
we're
wanted
drawing,
me.
well, anyway, today we're drawing Yu-Gi-Oh! King of
Yu-Gi-Oooooooh.
Games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first, we're gonna be drawing Yugi himself, the King of Game.
Just the one game.
Yeah, just the one game. Well, actually, Russell, in Season 0,
Oh my god, shut
he's the...
up!
No, dude, Season 0 is the best Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, it is, you're right. But shut
It's
up!
so good. It's so good.
Don't be that guy.
I will be that guy.
Ugh,
Because it's the best, and it's actually really enjoyable to read.
it's pretty good. It's a solid series.
Yeah, you get to see all sorts of shit. You get to see like evil Mokuba, who tries to kill them with his gang of small children. You get to see Green Kaiba, and that's all.
Yeah.
Russell,
Yeah,
Russell,
it's,
tell me, you know what? No, I'm not gonna ask you to start the conversation. I'm gonna start it this time. I
You always
absolutely
started.
no. I always go, Russell. Give me something about Yu-Gi-Oh, or you know
This is
whatever.
the first time we've done Yu-Gi-Oh, though.
No, I know. I'm just saying that I ask you I ask you a question to get us started off, but I'm just saying that this time I can do that. You know, I don't have to rely on the crux of asking you a question to get started. I can start it too. You know, I can pull my share of the weight. I virtually do nothing for this operation here, and you know what, I can come to admit that.
Are you done?
No. So anyway, when I was like, Yu-Gi-Oh was like my shit when I was a kid. I was so into it. It was like when I discovered it, it was like, oh my god, this thing looks so cool. Like, oh my god, they're playing these cards that they're like real monsters. Like, all these characters are so cool, except for all of Yugi's friends who are huge fucking losers. But all the other ones are cool. There's these rad Millennium item things. Like, I loved Egyptian stuff as well, so that certainly helped. Like, it was just like the perfect storm of shit to just overload little Ian's circuitry, and I absolutely adored it.
That's nice. That's very wholesome.
Indeed. What about you? Did you have much Yu-Gi-Oh experience from your younger years?
The only experience I ever had was that 4Kids or whatever would play nothing but the Pegasus arc, and that was it.
Okay, all
And
right.
even
Like
then,
the
I couldn't see it in like full chronology.
Mm-hmm.
It was always like spurs of like two episodes randomly throughout the arc, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
What are we
That's
starting
that
with, by the way?
Yugi. I said that like
Did
10
we?
minutes ago.
Did we?
Yes.
Okay, I look like an asshole then.
Oh my
Well,
god.
no. See, here's the thing. I was actually doodling just to fill in space because like
Uh-huh.
we were just talking. We didn't really establish anything. According to my brain, we didn't establish anything. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll just do something stupid real quick until he decides what we start with.
Yes. Well, we're drawing Yugi from the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. In case I needed to make that any more fucking clear to you.
All right, fine. You don't have to be so sassy and mean about it.
I know, but it's entertaining.
Anyways, as you were saying.
Anyways, I really adored Yu-Gi-Oh, and I have a lot of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards from when I played. Even like I had very good Yu-Gi-Oh experiences later too. In high school, I met some very good friends and a couple wieners, but mostly good friends who just also happened to play it. And for 4 years at lunchtime, I went to the same table with not always the same friends. Some came and left, but it was really fun. Got back into Yu-Gi-Oh after many years, and then I got really bored of it and tired of it, and it got kind of bad, and so then I switched over to Magic. But me and a friend that play Magic still, like, we have some old school Yu-Gi-Oh decks we still play with, and it's still really fun. And yeah, so it's just got like a whole lot of good feeling memories for me. Even a little bit in college, some people got into it for like a week on my floor, and that was really fun teaching them. So it's been a lot of good experiences with it that I've quite liked.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah.
the card game was always daunting to me as a kid because I remember I liked the show, and when I learned that it was an actual game, I lost my mind. Because I was like, oh, I can do I can summon the Dark Magician and go whoosha with my hand out and go deplete his life points directly, and then it's like I don't understand how this game works whatsoever. This is nothing like the show.
Yeah, no, I didn't understand how to play either, but I still loved the shit out of it when I was a little boy. Yeah. I still remember the first cards I got were from God, I still miss when malls did this, but like there was like a dispenser, kind of like one of those like machines you see there now that hasn't been touched in 20 years, that has like, you know, gumballs and weird like fruit candies in it. Like there were some of those that actually dispensed Yu-Gi-Oh cards for like 25 cents.
Oh, that sounds
and my
dope
first
as hell.
one, yeah, it super was. And so like I remember being at the mall with my dad, and he gave me like 50 cents to put into the machine, and I got out like a fire octopus or something like that. Okay. But like it was just like, God, I just have so many good feels associated with that. And even like there's the abridged series that I really liked in high school back when you know, reference culture was the height of comedy. Mm-hmm. Man, yeah, it's just solid. And I was kind of, one of the reasons I got out of it was because like when the original show ended and they were like, here's GX, I was like, this is fucking stupid. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh. What the fuck is this?
No, GX is great. Shut up.
Yeah, no. I watched it later expecting to be like, this is fucking poopy, and then I was like, okay, no, it's sick. It's solid. It's okay.
Yeah, GX, I think the thing with GX is it just didn't take itself as seriously. It was a bit more lighthearted.
Yeah,
but it was still
definitely.
Good.
Well, actually, like, the later it goes, the more, like, fucking really messed up shit there is.
Oh, well, sure, that's just kind of how animes happen, right?
Yeah.
You can have, like, the most lighthearted, like, schoolgirl, like, slice-of-life anime, and by the last season, you'll be trying to fight God. It's exactly, like a JRPG. Yeah. It's the same logic as a JRPG.
Let's draw Yugi with a big fucking ear.
Oh, I thought you were taking that in a completely different direction, and I'm like, he's 12.
Not Yami Yugi, he's like 1200. So, well,
but he's like the Tut guy. He's like 18 or something, barely. Right?
No, he's an ancient Egyptian pharaoh spirit.
Yes.
And he changes Yugi's physiology.
No, you're not understanding. When he was original Alea ruler, he was still a teenager because that's how it worked back then. And then he died, and then his spirit is like 16 or some shit.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So he's still technically illegal.
No.
Well, maybe not by Japanese standards. I think the legal age there is 16, right? Japanese.
Dude, I don't know. You're the one that keeps tabs on that shit.
I do not.
Dude, you told me that when you're planning for your trips, the first thing you're gonna do is stop by a Japanese high school.
I don't plan trips, Ian.
You said that you're planning a trip to Japan. You've already got a guy over there that can get you chloroform.
Do you think I have the money right now to just casually plan a trip to Japan?
If you did, I'd hope you would ask me to go with you.
Important question, by the way. Why, in the first place, would a 14-year-old child... I'm assuming Yugi is 14. But why, in the first place, is he wearing a fucking choker?
Because he has daddy issues.
Like, don't get me wrong. I know that chokers aren't inherently sexual. But
he's wearing a lot of gimp material.
Yeah. And then, like, whenever he transforms into Yami, he goes, like, full, like, committal... It's just weird. Yeah. It's weird. He is 15. I am using different numbers every time I talk about his age.
I mean, if you throw enough stones, eventually you'll hit it, right?
Right. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna look at the wiki.
He's 14.
No, I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Yugi Moto.
Real age.
Real age. Is Yugi legal?
Hello, welcome to Game Theory. Today we're going to ask the question, is Yugi legal to screw?
Don't do this. It says he's born June 4th, but it doesn't give me, like, a year or an age or anything relative to how he appears in the show. I think.
Well, then you just wasted some time. Get back to work.
I guess
fucker.
I did.
That's 30 seconds you'll never get
I'm just
back.
gonna say he's 15. I think that's a good middle ground.
Okay. All right, fine, whatever.
Whatever.
I mentioned it earlier. I always really, really liked the Millennium items as like a concept. It was so cool that like they were like scattered between a bunch of people, and it's like, oh, they all got fucking crazy weird shit that they can do. Like that's pretty neat. Like I like that. I like that a lot. That's cool. But like they don't do enough with them. Like the characters eventually all show up that have them, but like I want to see more about them. Like but maybe that would ruin their mystique. I don't know. Point is, I think that they're a really cool concept, and I kind of wish that they played more stuff in the show. Like I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. For me, though, I kind of lost interest in the Millennium like items after I knew that there was something more than just the puzzle in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there were like more items that got introduced before the eye came along. Like I said, I watched the show very anachronologically. Shit, I've watched it out of order. Okay, because Toonami and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I always thought, like, oh, it's so cool because Pegasus is like Yugi's opposite, but he's got a Millennium puzzle too. And
no,
then when
that's
I found out there were more...
Bakura. Bakura is Yugi's opposite because he's the Thief King.
Oh, I never really did watch the Bakura arc. The most I saw of Bakura was how he appears in season 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. I see screenshots of him making like dumb Ehego faces, and then that's about it.
Yugi's tapping his foot violently.
Why?
Because he's pensively waiting for it to be his turn.
What do you mean?
Well, my Yugi is waiting for it to be his turn in the game he's playing, and so he's tapping his toe in annoyance.
He doesn't need to tap his toe. He can just cheat. Like literally, the Millennium Puzzle is his cheat tool.
Well, yeah, but like even in like the early season, they like the characters just cheat.
Oh yeah, true. Just like
straight up. Yeah.
But like, doesn't like the Millennium Puzzle like literally it like reshuffles the deck?
I don't know if it actually does that.
That's what the heart of the cards is.
I think the heart of the cards is just like, you know, him being a luck sack, but I don't think it's specifically the puzzle's power that does that. Maybe I don't know.
That's what I heard. Because what else would the puzzle do?
That's what just houses the whole the soul of the pharaoh.
Yes, but like if every other puzzle has a gimmick, so Pegasus Eye can see the other player's hand, right?
I think the gimmick is that like Yami is way like he's insanely good at games and stuff. And so the puzzle's power is that's the cheat. Like Yugi is like a completely average, like nothing player. Like he's just completely normal. And then like Yami is the really good one. Okay, but then like later he gets better on his own.
But what about fucking Bakura? What's his item that sends out Merrick or whatever he's called?
The rod.
The rod. Okay, does the rod have anything else it does, or is it a similar thing where it just makes them become?
It controls people's minds.
Okay, right. So even that has a main gimmick, and I believe that the housing of spirit is just a side thing. So every item
guess so, but
has
like,
a function.
Yes, but Yami's like the most. You know what? Fucking, I'll look it up. Fine.
What about the Egyptian lady girl who has her own item? What does that do?
Her thing lets her see the future.
Okay, yeah. So they all have a special power, regardless of if they house a spirit.
Yeah, but the puzzle has the most
Yugi's puzzle just reshuffles the decks. That way, he always top decks like Karibo or Dark Magician or Polymerization. I don't know why I know that many cards. I shouldn't.
That's 3 cards.
I know. That's the thing. I know.
Oh god, you are such a stupid boy. But
I'm not stupid. I'm trying my best here.
Okay. Let's take a look. Abilities. I think the thing is that the puzzle can do penalty games on people.
Oh yeah.
It can like fuck with their minds and shit.
Oh, from season 0 and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, even like the first episode of the main series proper, Yugi fucks up Kaiba's mind after he kills his grandpa.
Fair.
Spoilers.
Oh no,
Big
Grandpa.
spoils. Yugi's grandpa dies.
Wasn't that like the first few episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay. Primary powers. Contains the soul of Pharaoh Tem. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Summons and controls dual monsters, including the Egyptian gods. Grants the one who solves it intelligence and power of darkness. That's very vague. Like, all the other ones are reads minds, look into a person's soul, seals souls inside cards. Allows its owner to find whatever he seeks, acting like a compass. Seals souls fragments into souls into objects and souls and stuff. Finds out how much darkness is in a person's heart. Fuses monsters, ancient Egypt, whatever. Like, it's like all the other ones in that list have like very succinct, detailed things, and then it's like houses the power of the dual monsters is the puzzle.
Okay.
I wanted so badly, so badly, for there to be like an actual Millennium Puzzle, like metal die cast like puzzle thing.
I'm sure there is, dude.
I've looked. I cannot find one. All I can find are like cheap little like things on eBay and Etsy that are like 1/8 scale pendants.
There's gotta be, like, there are multiple manufacturers who make legit ass Dragon Balls. Like, there's gotta be a Millennium Puzzle.
I mean, I'll take a look, but like, man, I've always wanted that so bad.
It would look stupid if you wore it, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's be honest. You would look like a tool.
Huge tool. I remember there was a card shop me and my friends used to go to, right nearby our school, actually, and they had like a big, like, it was a fucking massive thing. Like, you could beat somebody over the head with it, like Millennium Puzzle like replica, but it wasn't metal. It was like plastic, and yeah, it wasn't what I wanted.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what's going on with Yugi's hair. Why is it three
ridiculous.
Different colors? And how?
Well, I think it's supposed to be like, I think based on the original art style, it's supposed to be like the purplish red, and then just like the way it shines and stuff, it mostly shows black.
There's no fucking way, like, because that kind of thing happens with like Spike Spiegel. I think Deku does that too with his hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like the pitch black shading. Even Goku's hair is primarily just blacked out to make that effect. There's no way. I'm looking at Yugi right now. At least how he appears in the anime.
Because how it works is that the light doesn't permeate. Like, the light permeates around the edges where there's less hair, but the denser you get, the less light comes through, so it shines black.
Yes, but it's just the way it looks in these reference materials I'm using I believe that they're official renders for the anime. I don't know if they're fan-made retraces or not. Maybe with
Russell,
bad colors.
For the last fucking time, anything on Rule 34 is not official.
But no, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I guess that would explain, because if it was actually black, it wouldn't make sense how it's a ring of pinkish red tips.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense, but the way they color it,
it's pinkish red, but just like the light only, gets through the thinnest part, which is the outside part.
But it's just such. It doesn't make sense. It pisses me off.
I know.
So, you know what? I figured out why it pisses me off, Ian. I figured out why it pisses me off.
Yes.
So, I'm looking at the picture right now, and maybe you have some similar reference material of Yugi, but, like, they're shading separate from the black.
Okay.
Like a multiply layer, right?
I see.
So it can't be darker high ink black. It doesn't make sense, because if the black's already the shading, because it would make sense if the black was a darker pink.
I think that might just be fan material then.
It might be, but like it's very on model, it's very high quality, like anime cell shading. Like these look like official renders for promotion.
Okay, yeah, that's from the game.
The game? Which game?
Legacy of the Duelist or something like that.
Legacy of Kain.
Okay, I can't explain that away.
It doesn't make sense.
Dude, he is such a fucking like his art, like when he goes like seriously ham, is really, really good. There's some art books that have like it's weird. It's like really gorgeous arms and like hands and stuff, and then you like see the big creepy Yu-Gi-Oh eyes, and it's like, Like, this is beautiful, but in like a grotesque Tim Burton-esque way.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Because a lot of these mangakas, not just that guy, are obviously very talented, right? But I do sometimes see official work by them, and sometimes it's very hit or miss because just how the art style translates.
I don't think they ever miss.
I think it depends. Because I remember when Araki did fan art of not necessarily fan art, but like it was the anniversary for Naruto, so a lot of mangakas would draw Naruto, and Araki's looks like Araki work, but because it's Naruto's design, it just feels off.
It's so creepy looking.
And then there's the infamous time when, not to make this a JoJo episode, but when Araki drew his characters as chibis, but all he did was just give them tiny Koichi bodies and then drew the head normal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like sometimes the style doesn't translate, or like it just didn't in that example.
Yeah.
Though I will say that the Death Note mangaka guy, he made some amazing Star Wars fan art that looked so good. It's like this very nice illustration of Anakin and Padme embracing each other. It's very nice. Okay. And Anakin just straight up, I'll be honest, Anakin does just straight up look like the character from Death Note. I don't know his name.
Light Yagami, stupid.
I don't know, I've never seen it.
You fucking moron.
I've never seen it.
You dense fuck.
I'm sorry, I don't know a fucking anime character's name.
It's really good. You should watch it until until the plot goes past where they wanted to end it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I've probably told you this anecdote before, but so the Death Note creators are a writer-artist team.
Okay. And
they did this other series called Bakuman.
Yes.
Not the Battle Brawlers. I know this is a Yu-Gi-Oh episode. But it's about two teen boys who want to get into making manga, and the two characters are a reflection of the writer and artist themselves. And toward the end, they have a series that they want to end, and all the editorial team is like, no, it's too popular, we won't let you. And then they do a big heartfelt plea of why they should be allowed to end their series when they deem it to be the proper ending, and all the editorial team is like, oh my god, you're so right, you're so cool and awesome and right. We were so wrong. And so the whole thing is a big fuck you to the people that made Death Note go on longer than they wanted it to.
So if you could you tell me the drop-off point where I could stop watching Death Note?
I cannot tell you, but you will know it as soon as it happens.
Fair. You know what? Fair. I will say...
And I cannot say because it's a huge spoiler.
That's fair. I will say that I did give Death Note a chance once. Mm-hmm. I watched, like, I want to say the first 2 episodes, maybe? Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. And I loved it. I had this bad habit where it's like, oh, this is cool. I have to go do something right now, but I'll definitely give this another shot. I'll definitely continue this, and then I just never do. Yeah,
I highly recommend sitting down with it again, because the sooner that you do that, the sooner we can watch one of my favorite movies ever, the Netflix Death Note movie.
Oh, yeah, I heard that's a garbage fire.
It's so bad, but it's really, really, really good.
Awesome, I look forward. You know what? I will watch Death Note purely so we can do that. But man, now I want there to be a really shitty Yu-Gi-Oh Netflix.
That's another thing. There was a movie just a couple of years ago, and I went and saw it with a couple friends, and it was really hammy, but it was fucking hilarious.
Was it like in live action?
No. It was animated, but it was like
I might have seen the one you're talking about, maybe.
The Dark Side of Dimensions.
Wasn't the ending, not to spoil it for anyone who doesn't want Yu-Gi-Oh spoilers, but doesn't the ending of it, it's just Kaiba goes back in time?
Yep, he goes back in time because he didn't learn his lesson from the movie, which is to let go of the fact that he'll never get to play the Pharaoh again.
And it's like, it makes no sense.
He walks into the fucking high temple with like this really dorky looking like neon tubing strapped all over him for the time travel, and he just walks into this Egyptian high court, and they're all just staring at him, and the pharaoh smiles like he knows what's going on.
Exactly. Like, why would he know? Why would he know?
If it was ancient Egypt and somebody just impertinently walked into the pharaoh's chambers wearing creepy blue lights,
Yeah, it's like
he
stuff
would
that
be
looks
executed
like aliens,
on the
right?
spot.
But then again, he would look. Maybe would he look like he came from the gods? Because like, he would look so different from the. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. But anyway, like there's so many good bits. Like there's a bit early on where like right at the beginning, like there's an initial duel between Kaiba and Yugi, and it turns out it's a simulation where Kaiba programmed Yugi too well, and Yugi like kicks his ass, and then he has a line where he's like, "I've modeled him perfectly, even down to his perfectly coiffed hair," and it's just a bunch of really.
Does he really say that? I don't remember that.
It's hilarious, and there's a bit where like Yugi's running to like where some death portal is opened up, and he's like horribly out of breath because he's a really unfit kid who just plays with his deck all day. And he like gets to the epicenter of this horrible like vortex, and he's like, "Oh God, I've got to work on my cardio."
Okay.
Just a bunch of really funny, dorky shit like that, and it was incredibly fun time.
It just sounds like it would have been like the abridged version, honestly.
No, right? Like it actually has a lot of bits that seem like they're straight out of that, and that's what makes it probably one of my favorite things. Is it's like an official deal that sounds like it had like people who are fans of the abridged series working on it.
Is the abridged series even still going?
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh,
it turns out that after 2013, when reference humor stopped being funny, it really stopped being funny.
Well, it's not some original stuff, right?
Oh yeah, like don't get me wrong, there's still funny bits, but like it's still very reliant on reference humor, and I think just like it's part of a previous era, you know, like I feel like things have kind of moved past it, and it's so slow progressing. Yeah,
that's fair. I'm always like, whenever I think about it, I'm always saddened by the fact that Dragon Ball Z Abridged has ended. But at the same time, though, examples like these make me wonder, like, man, maybe it's okay. Maybe this is for the best.
Yeah.
Because they have admitted that they were super burnt out having to do it. So I would never want a creator to feel forced to continue creating, because then it's not going to be good, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, who knows?
Like, I think I'm done after this episode, frankly.
Yeah, honestly, we've had a good run.
Like, what else are we going to draw, even? I mean, we've done Star Wars. We've done Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I don't even know where we go from here.
We've done all there is, really. And I need to liberate myself creatively, Ian. I feel like you're holding me down, because I don't want to have to restrain myself. Listen.
I'd like to restrain you.
Don't make it weird. I feel like I need to be free, because you always hold me back from doing the things I want to do, and I don't want to have to limit myself to your vision.
I suggested we do Dragon Ball, and you shut it down.
I'm almost done. I just gotta flatten out the hair. His stupid freaking hair. Like, God, like, I'll be honest. I like Yugi's design. I'm not dissing on it. I'm absolutely dissing on it. But fuck his hair. We were just talking about his hair.
I like his hair.
No, it's great. His hair's cool. But fuck it.
Fuck it if you're not the original artist trying to draw it, because he can draw it like a fucking perfect madman.
Yes,
and then anybody else, it's gonna suck an ass.
No, you're absolutely right. Whenever you design a character, especially one with such an iconic look, you're gonna draw it for millions of panels. Eventually, you're gonna get it down to a science. Not me though.
When this goes up, I'm gonna throw up a drawing of Yugi I did when I was like 5, because I still have it. I know for sure. It was hanging on my door until I was like 17.
Okay.
And it's just a cute little drawing of Yugi I did that I quite liked.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's like one of those things where his design is so iconic that even when a shitty child. Okay, maybe a shitty drawing from a child. Yours probably.
No, it was a shitty child.
Nah, yeah, you're right. But you would still be able to recognize it, you know. So definitely props to that. But if I had to draw this hair for thousands of panels over how many chapters did Yu-Gi-Oh have?
And don't forget, sometimes there were panels where both Yugi and the Pharaoh were in the
That's right.
So sometimes it's twice as many.
Yes, there was like a lot of times where they had to converse with each other.
Yeah.
for like an entire chapter. Because they had to have so many introspective, Pharaoh, what's wrong? And then Pharaoh's like, I'm sad because stuff. And then Yugi's gotta be, but we're friends, Yami. And he's like, I guess, but I don't have friends. Oh, but I guess you guys are my friends.
What? Yeah, he's like, they are my friends. I know this to be true. Yugi, in my heart of hearts, I know that with our friendship we can beat Kaiba. We can kill him. We can take his head and rip it off and then stick our wee-wees in his ears and make them poke out his eyes like a little worm.
Wait, so Yami was the one who always had to motivate Yugi?
Well, it went both ways, but sometimes he did.
Yeah, I guess that's not surprising. Yugi is the one who's actually just a child. But I specifically remember scenes when Yugi had to talk some sense into Yami a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely there were some of those. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna nerd out about one of my favorite Season 0 things.
Please
okay?
do. Go ahead.
So there was a really good like murder game where basically every single chapter or episode or whatever, there is a crazy psychopath that wants to kill either Yugi or one of his friends.
Right.
And in this one, the criminal has like a gun, and he demands that Yugi get him like a cigarette and some alcohol or whatever.
Oh,
so
at the
Yugi
restaurant?
brings it. Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about, but continue.
So Yugi brings it over, and then the dark Yugi comes out, and he's like, I challenge you to a game, and whichever one of us loses dies. And he's like, okay, that sounds fun. So Yugi's like, we both got to kill each other with only one finger, and we got to choose it ahead of time. And the guy's like, okay, I choose my index finger that is currently on the trigger of this here gun.
Right.
And Yugi's
Logical.
like, all right, I choose my thumb. And so the guy's like, all right, well, I'm going to shoot you now. And Yugi's like, wait, don't you want me to light your cigarette? And the guy's like, oh, yeah, okay, go nuts. Even though that particular action requires the use of your thumb, which you said you would kill me with. Please, go right ahead. So then Yugi, like, flicks on the lighter, and then he drops it onto the back of the hand that's pouring the alcohol. So if the guy moves it, the alcohol, like, he drops the lit lighter into the alcohol that he's pouring, but if he doesn't move it, it's just going to pour more alcohol, and if he shoots the gun, it's going to drop the lighter and burn him to death, and then he ends up trying to shoot him, and it burns him to death, and it's really, really sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really dope scene.
I like it a lot.
He straight up killed that guy.
He straight up killed that guy.
Just straight up.
Yeah. All right. So next up's Kaiba. Kaiba is a fucking fun boy.
Is he?
I very much like Kaiba. He's a fucking humongous douchebag, and he's the best for it.
He's
and
the
his
funnest
clothes are
douchebag.
stupid, and he's the funnest douchebag.
He
and
looks like a PS5. Ha 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 ha.
His hair looks like a cock tip.
Am
I wrong?
I don't want to say.
If you black it out, does it not look like the head of Yon penis?
Just shut up.
What, does yours not look like that?
Yugi's silhouette looks like the tip of my penis.
You know what? It's funny.
Huh.
It looks like. Hang on.
Yeah, what's up?
It's funny because the guy that voices Big Yugi voices Knuckles the Echidna, and echidnas have four-headed penises, so that's what Knuckles' penis would look like.
Correct.
All right, we're drawing Kaiba.
Sonic fart fuck.
Kaiba boy. Ah, dude, drawing Pegasus would be fun. Too bad we got a full docket here.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind drawing alt-colored Dragon Quest XI protagonist.
That reference means nothing to me.
I know it doesn't.
I'm not an 11-year-old boy from Japan.
I know it doesn't. What the fuck do I do with Kaiba? Shit.
Draw him as a Mega Man character.
Oh,
I have to do work to be creative. What the fuck is this? I'm Russell.
I hate it.
I'm bleeding out my vagina right now.
That's very insensitive and also misogynistic. That implies that women are emotional and able to have... That's you. That's what you sound like.
No.
What?
I'm right somehow.
You're not right.
Somehow.
You're being an asshole.
I am being
And you're
an
not
asshole.
even charming like Kaiba.
I'm. All women are hormonal when they're on their period. Mokuba. How's that?
That's horrible.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You doing a Kaiba impersonation doesn't justify the fact that you're saying some messed up shit.
Well, but it mitigates it. See, because I'm not the one saying it. It's Kaiba saying it.
I don't think that
Okay, you know
works.
what? I'll just cut it all. Are you happy? Are you happy with that?
No, it's funny.
How do I draw like the poutiest scowl I possibly can for this skeletal fuck?
Pouty.
Do a disgusted sneer. He just walked into his bathroom and he saw Joey Wheeler shitting in his toilet.
Honestly, if Joey Wheeler were shitting my toilet, I'd just be like, oh shit, it's Joey Wheeler from the hit series Yu-Gi-Oh!
Hey, what's going on? Yeah.
Or should I say Jonoichi? I don't know. I actually don't know what the general zeitgeist is on that, you know? Because obviously Westerners would have grown up with the dub that called him Joey, but I don't know if more diehard fans, regardless of region, accept him as Jonoichi more.
Everybody in the States seems to quite like the Joey Wheeler name.
That's fair.
Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. That's a really good Kaiba face.
As I'm trying to block out Kaiba's hair, I realize that it makes me think of the clown principal from GX.
Yeah, GX had some really fucking weird character designs.
It did! I'm sorry, but it did.
No, it's fine. It did. It really did. It had some good character designs, but it had some fucking atrocious ones as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Yu-Gi-Oh! There are a lot of hit and misses.
Yeah.
And
Russell,
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahed. No, you go ahead.
No,
Sorry, you were in the middle of a thing. I was gonna start a new topic.
That's fine. Yeah, just fine. Whatever. Just go ahead.
All right. Do you? So you said you saw a lot of the Duelist Kingdom like arc where they were on the island and stuff with like the starships. Did you ever see much more like any of the Battle City stuff or
No.
any of that?
No,
Okay.
I'm very unfamiliar with. The only thing past that arc that I know about is Dura Monstacado, and that's it.
Dra Monstacado.
And that shit's so badass, despite the fact that it's just a fucking card game.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's one of the most admirable things about Yu-Gi-Oh! Really is the way that they can turn like the lowest stakes possible topic for a show and make it into an incredibly like intense, epic, you know, whatever. Like every game is high stakes for some reason.
What's the card that's supposed to be on Kaiba's necklace?
I think it's a locket that has a picture of Mokuba in it.
But it's a card.
It's a locket.
What the fuck?
Maybe it's he kept the card that Mokuba's soul was trapped in season 1.
Mokuba's card was trapped in a soul?
You want to try that again, buddy?
I know what I said.
Yes, Pegasus, the way that he forced Kaiba and Yugi to come play in his tournament was to trap Yugi's grandpa's soul and Mokuba's soul in cards with his Millennium Eye. Oh, dude, there was okay. So I had a VHS tape back in the day that had like 2 Yu-Gi-Oh episodes on it, and one of them was one where they were going up to fucking Pegasus's his like fortress for the finals of the tournament, and Kaiba like he stopped Yugi because to get his brother's soul back, he had to duel him there, Pegasus said, or whatever, and so in the end Kaiba like steps off onto the railing of the castle, and he's like, if you make the attack, Yugi, that will kill my monster. It's the shockwaves are going to send me flying off this to my death below. And everyone's like, holy shit. And Joey's like, just do it, Yugi, he deserves it. And he's like, no, I can't. Joey, I'm fucking 14. I can't kill a man. And he's like, I always knew you were weak, Yugi. It's like, no, you just threatened a 14-year-old that you were gonna kill yourself if you didn't forfeit the card. Like, what the shit, dude? Like, he's not weak for that. He just doesn't want to kill a man.
Yeah, what thinks the sugar man?
What?
I don't know.
Okay, there's gonna be a guest character in mine. It's gonna be Mokuba,
Oh, good.
his little bro.
I always appreciate guest characters.
Big brother.
Fun fact, in the original Japanese dub and in the manga, they're actually lovers, but the westernization did not believe that it was okay to have a gay couple, so they wrote them off as brothers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Russell coming in clutch with the facts here.
That actually happened in Sailor Moon.
I know that's what you're...
Yeah.
I know that it's not what fucking happened.
Well, I know you know I was lying, but, like, I wanted to clarify that there was reason behind why I said it. Asshole.
Okay, you want to hear funny little memories of Ian's?
Yeah, let's hear. Regale me with your adventures, Ian.
Okay, so back in elementary school, for Christmas, I asked for the Egyptian god cards.
Yeah.
I did, and I got the fucking Egyptian god cards, and I was the happiest day of my life. It's all been downhill from there.
Yeah.
But I took him to show and tell, and I was like, these are the Egyptian god cards, and all the boys that gave a shit were like, whoa. And then I went to go home, and they weren't there no more.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this story.
Bag.
That honestly depresses me.
It's really sad, and
because
so I asked for him again.
With that sadness.
I asked for him again next year, or like I told my parents or whatever, and I don't remember if it was like the next year that it happened, or if it was just like they ordered another. Sorry, Santa ordered another off eBay.
Right.
Or like whatever happened. But like I got another set, and there was like a note from Santa that was like, I'm really sorry that your cards got lost. And then I was not a smart child when I was young, so I brought them to show and tell again, and I was like, because my last ones went missing, and I pointedly like looked around the room, and stuff, and then lo and behold again, they went missing.
Oh, I forgot that they went missing again.
Yep, and so then like the next year, Santa gave me another set, but they were like a weird, like they didn't look like actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They were like fake Orica. I think that's what the like fan-made fake versions are called, Oricas. But like they were a little different, so it was like cool to me. And so the note from Santa said, "Don't take these to school again." And I was like, "I won't, Santa. I promise." And so I kept them, and I had one of the dual disc toys, and I had my deck in it, and so I was going to school, and my sister's like, "Hey, can I play with your dual disc toy while you're at school?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine, but just don't touch the top two cards." Okay, so one of them, like the foiling on it started to peel, so it wasn't with the other two, but the other two were the top two cards, and so I specifically was like, "Don't touch the top two cards. Leave those alone, and we'll be cool." And she was like, "Okay." I got home from school, and they were fucking gone. And I was like, "Where are they? I told you not to touch them." And she's like, "I don't know. I didn't do anything." And I was like, "You clearly did. Nobody else was going to touch my dual disc that I left at home with nobody else here." And she was like, "I don't know. I didn't touch them. I left them alone." And I'm like, what the fuck did you do with them? And she never fessed up, and to this day she has not fessed up to it, but literally nothing else could have possibly happened with them, and I have not seen them again.
I'm sure one day she'll have to confront her sins in like a hellscape of some sort. It's very metaphorical.
Exactly. I'm really banking on that. Truth be told.
Yeah, after your death you'll send her a letter, like it's all ominous, right? Like how could this be? Ian's dead. Right, and then you tell her to come to like some stupid ass place, and she's like, "Oh, geez," and then she has to fight monsters that secretly, like, hint at the fact that she totally stole those cards and broke them.
Russell.
Yeah, what's up?
This is the fucking like fourth time you brought up Silent Hill.
I literally wasn't doing that.
That's exactly what Silent Hill is, isn't it?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, but that was not my intent. I was just kind of going off of a vague general thing.
Like a Dante's Inferno?
Yes. Exactly. Okay. So don't yell at me. Don't get mad at me.
Don't give me sass.
Yeah, don't even get me started.
Don't get me started.
Are you getting me started right now? I think.
I'm not getting you started, mister. You're getting me started here.
I think you might be getting me started.
I'm getting it started in I'm getting it started in here.
Fuck.
We like to party.
How's your Kaiba going?
We like to party. Pretty good.
Cool.
I'm drawing my little guest Mokuba.
Nice. I might not color this one because whatever.
Thank you.
But
Please and thank you.
what? Why? Why do you hate it when I color?
Because it takes forever.
It does not. I do flat colors and that's it.
Shirke.
Okay. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. All right. I need you to shut up right now. By the way, it's really nice that Kaiba, shows off his support for the Kansas City Chiefs. I appreciate you got that immediately.
That's fucking stupid. Yeah, because I just pulled up a reference picture where he has a big stupid Kaiba Corp logo on his belt. And
yeah.
So you said it just as I saw that.
Yeah, as I was doodling in the little KC earlier, I had the joke in my head, and I was like, I gotta find a good opportunity to say it.
It was fucking loaded in the chamber.
Yeah, because you kept talking about your lost cards.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying, it was just like, I respect he's telling a story, very sad, yada, 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 whatever, but...
I'm really glad that we can be such close friends, you know that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you and what you are.
Here, I'll make a little homage to your joke. Mokuba got his card wet, that's my story.
That's probably what it is.
He got his blue eyes wet. Also, I really liked the very simplistic backs of the cards on the show, and I was always kind of mad that the real life cards didn't look exactly like them.
Yeah, that was
like the real life ones have like the swirly background, but the ones in the show are just like a flat like black circle.
Yeah, I much prefer the simpler look, but obviously they did that for the sake of animation.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Oh,
whatever.
Speaking of animation in the cards, like one of my favorite visuals. Like I was a very visually focused like child. Like if something looked good to me, it was like it's still a favorite to this day.
Uh-huh.
And whenever in those like big tower things that they played in the first season, whenever they played a card on it and like all of those rainbow like technology lines like came out from under it, like they'd smack it on like what you could tell is like a really cool black surface, like a cool black glass, and then like all of those rainbow colored digital lines would come like flowing out from it. It was Russell.
Yeah.
Oh buddy, I'm so close.
Okay, man. You have fun with that. Do you need a minute? Do we need a pause?
No, it's fine.
Alright, cool. I remember as a kid, I was always thinking, it'd be so cool if we had actual like duel arenas. With the holograms.
I completely agree.
Oh, it was so cool.
I don't know what the fuck NASA's been doing for the last 20 years, but
yeah, get on it.
Why aren't they working on dual tower technology?
I'll be real though, with how much fucking VR has evolved, I'm surprised there hasn't been
I think there actually has.
But a good one, because like I'm sure there's been
one
like,
not a
early
good
on.
One. Not a good one, no.
Maybe fucking VR chat, because they added on Udon, which is a new like software language coding bullshit thing. So that way people can actually engineer their own games on VR chat.
Okay.
So maybe that could be a thing. Just really cool. But then again, you would have to have a hologram for all the fucking cards. Right?
Yeah, like there are some games, there are some video games that like did 3D models of them, but they're probably not like solid enough.
Maybe.
Specs.
But does Yu-Gi-Oh work vaguely in a Pokemon context where you can divide eras of cards?
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe they could like stick to like the first few generations or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not my national.
Right now there is like so much extra shit that if I showed you a card, you know what? I'm gonna throw up a card right now. And if anybody just casually watched the show when they were a kid and hasn't looked at it again since, like they're not gonna know what the fuck they're looking at. It's it's ridiculously silly. I like there's just so much ruling stuff. Like they keep making the game more and more and more complex, and every time they add like a new rule set, it complicates the previous rule set. Like, yeah, it's kind of a shame, really. But
Cool.
all right. Next up is JoJo Wheeler.
JoJo Wheeler, yes. Now I feel compelled to do the obvious joke.
Yeah, I figured I would let you feel that one.
Sure, why not? I'll do something stupid.
I also need to do something stupid, but something different.
Yeah, 100%. You are my fucking girlfriend.
Russell, which one do you like more? His blue jacket or his green
Definitely
jacket?
the green.
Green, definitely
the
absolutely.
green. I've never been a big fan of, okay, so I know they go to the same school. I get it, how Japanese culture works, with the uniforms and all that. I hate it when characters have the exact same colors, even though they use that as a justifier. But that stuff frustrates me.
It is a bit annoying because, like, like I'm sure that this is not how it works in real Japanese high school, where some characters just get to wear a different colored version of the school uniform. Like in Persona 4, where one's like, oh, I'm wearing this green one, well, I'm wearing this red one. Like, the themed colorations of it. But, like, it's fantasy. You can do that. It's a fake high school. So, like, differentiate your characters a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you want to make all the background characters like the boring navy blue, fine, but, like, hashtag not my high school uniforms.
Yeah. I mean, I feel Persona 5 is really good at that, right? Because they're able to diversify the characters very nicely, despite the fact that it's all grounded in the same uniform.
Yeah.
And it works, too, because it really shows off their personalities.
I like that that Akira is the only person that actually wears the uniform properly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even fucking Makoto doesn't, and she's the stickler for the rules.
Yeah. I don't really know what her situation is with that. She has the leggings and the skirt, I guess, but I don't know what the actual...
Then there's, like, the black halter top over the white long sleeve shirt. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Well, actually, I think Makoto's deal is she's just not wearing the coat over.
Okay.
I think that's literally... Yeah, because she has the same neck top, not tube top thing that Joker wears. It's just that she shows it.
Turtleneck, you mean?
Yeah, turtleneck, that's the word, thank you. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right now.
You're drawing Janochi Wheeler.
No, I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing.
I do actually still collect a few Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in the Zexal series, even though that one is very difficult to watch because they decided that they needed to shift their demographic from focusing on more mature high school characters to very loud, whiny middle school characters. But
middle school characters now?
Yeah.
That's weird. Well, I think Yu-Gi-Oh started out in middle school, right?
No, they were high schoolers.
Really? Maybe it was just like early. I don't know if Japanese culture uses the same terms, but maybe he was just starting out freshman. I don't know.
I think they were still like they weren't like
First
19
year,
or whatever,
but
like they were teenagers because that's the style at the time.
To be fair, they're equally annoying.
Yeah, but like the main character of the Zexal series is really, really fucking annoying, and he can't play for shit.
I hate his
design.
I know that.
His I actually don't mind his design just because it's like it's so over the top, but it's balanced, but in a way where if like you dropped one more little detail onto it, the whole thing would come crumbling down.
Fair.
But like, Yugi's like not as good as the Pharaoh, but he can still play very competently and has before. But the main character of this is actually legitimately fucking useless without his weird alternate dimension ghost around to help him out, and he frequently makes suboptimal like plays that he knows, like he has made them before in the show and like should know what to do in the current scenario with what he's got just from like basic human learning.
Oh, so he's got Ash Ketchum syndrome.
Exactly. Exactly. And if his ghost is not there to tell him exactly like what he needs to do in that situation, he just fucking fails over and over again, and it's the worst.
That's
But
hilarious.
that series came with something that very much appealed to my collector's brain that frequently makes me start getting shit that I shouldn't. But they made 100 like numbered cards called the number creatures. And ever since the first one came out, number 39, I've been like collecting every single one like the second it comes out. And I've still got like a binder full of them, and it's missing like they currently haven't like made, I think, 6 of them, and one of them was like a tournament prize card, which means that it's gonna come out eventually, but in like 7 more years or something.
Sure, yeah.
And then the other ones they just haven't printed for some reason. But then not only that, they decided to make like chaos upgraded versions of the number cards. So even though they're supposed to be only 100 at first, then they made some chaos ones, so there's further evolutions upon a number of them. And then they made like 7 over 100 numbers, and then like it fucking weird, but like they should almost be done with them sometime soon.
Say, Ian.
Yes.
What's it like having to keep track of 2 completely different card games that are equally stressful and bullshit to manage?
Absolutely miserable, Russell. Why do you ask?
I don't know. I've never been able to get into card games, so I feel like it's just so, I don't know, bullshit. Having to memorize all these different like cards and the meta, because I can keep track of fighting game metas, right? Because like that's limited to the mechanics that are always there. Sometimes they'll get slightly altered in re-releases, and then there's the DLC characters, but that's really easy to keep track of. You don't get entire new series of brand new spanking cards. You have to learn almost all of them for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know how familiar you need to be with every single card, granted, in a competitive card game scene. But
well, I mean, I certainly do not play competitively. I tried a little bit toward the end of my span of playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was only because there was a deck based on Dante's Inferno that I really, really liked, and it's still really good. But like metas in card games are fucking horribly annoying, which is why I don't play them competitively. I have no interest in any of that. Like, I definitely enjoy casual play a lot more. Like me and some of the guys go to like Magic tournaments, but they're for casual decks and like just weird shit decks, and it's not for any high stakes. So it's not like I need to have like a sideboard full of options and I don't have to analyze all of the decks in that particular meta. But that's something I actually find interesting about card games is that there is a certain amount of like there'll be a card that seems completely innocuous at first blush, and people might spend most of a format just overlooking it, but then they could realize what a powerhouse it is in a certain deck or in a certain combination with a certain card, and then that one thing that's been sitting completely ignored for a good number of months is suddenly like the biggest tech option that you've got, and it could completely shift. Again, I'm not too into competitive playing of card games, and in my time away from Yu-Gi-Oh, there's been so much new shit to come out and so many new like mechanics that I just have no interest in learning. That it is kind of like if there was like constant meta tweaks and updates and additions of characters to a fighting game over and over again, like every month or so. Like I have a feeling it would start becoming really hard to keep up with like what everybody did, what tweaks have happened, which is kind of a reason why I got out of Overwatch, honestly, is because like when they could completely change a character's like move list and be like it's essentially a new character now, like with Symmetra. Like I don't know how to keep up with that exactly. So maybe it's just that I'm
Overwatch, not. With Overwatch, it's kind of stupid, but you don't really see stuff that bad in fighting games. I very
Yeah, that was a
rarely-
hypothetical kind of just the.
No, yeah, I get you, but I feel like fighting games are pretty easy to keep track of in terms of meta.
Mhm. Well, yeah, but like, I'm saying if like the meta shifted constantly and if there were new character patches to the same game over and over
I am.
again.
Overwatch is terrible about that.
Yeah,
And
like
the thing that Overwatch suffers from too is that they try to force a meta,
mhm.
which really
yeah,
sucks.
Yeah.
Obviously, fighting game developers will be like, okay, so maybe we see this character played way too much. Maybe we'll nerf him, not for the sake of ruining a character, but try to get some other characters to shine. But with Overwatch, they're like, okay, we want to just make Anna worthless.
Uh-huh.
And so just make her, just don't, no one even wants to play her. It's all Mercy now. It's all Zenyatta. And then 4 tanks. You have to play 4 tanks because all the tanks are good now. They just, you basically lose if you don't. And it's, I don't know.
Is Roadhog still good?
I don't know. I don't play. Ask our Overwatch friend. I don't know.
Yeah, but it'll probably be depressing.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
She'll find it as an excuse to talk about the really dark stuff that happens in like the esports field of that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, esports is really depressing.
Dude, esports has been depressing for me. Some messed up shit. I won't talk about it here just because we try to keep this lighthearted. But damn, dude, it's been wild.
From what I learned recently, there's just some nutso shit that you know, Magic's not the perfect community, and certainly neither is Yu-Gi-Oh, but at least we don't have any noted child molesters.
All right, listen.
I'll cut that out.
All I'll say though is I'm sad we're not gonna have Evo this year, but
yeah, that is a shame.
it is what it is. Joey's coming along quite nicely now. I think I'm actually very happy with how Joey looks.
Mine too. Mine's a bit more high concept, personally. So I'm not entirely sure.
Is that what you call your cursed shit? Just it's high.
No,
concept.
this one's not cursed.
Really? Is it? Is it not?
Yeah, no, it's not.
I don't believe you, Ian.
This is actually like a very flattering Joey.
Okay, I'll trust you. I feel like I've done this multiple times in this series already, but I'm gonna do it again regardless.
What? Trust me?
No. This is definitely a first. No, I'm just talking to myself mostly about what I'm about to add on here.
Do you trust me, Russell?
No.
Do you trust me?
No.
Okay. Let's do this. All right, my Joey is finished.
Awesome.
All right, now we have to move on.
Okay.
To our final boy.
The final magnum opus, or
the banditiest of Keiths.
the coup de grace.
The coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
Tyson. Bandit. Did you just get that?
It took me a second.
Now, personally, Russell, I adore Bandit Keith.
Yeah,
He's
as you were expressing earlier.
Stupidly funny character. He's just ridiculous. He's over the top. He's hammy. He's a humongous douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fantastic character. I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's great.
One of those one of those episodes I had on VHS had like some backstory where he and Pegasus were like up against each other at a tournament or something, like in America, and Pegasus is like, "Oh please, Keith, even a child could beat you." He goes, "What? No, he couldn't." And so Pegasus grabs a kid out of the crowd, molests him a little bit, brings him to the table, and then he's like, "Here," and he like sits him down in his place and gives him a piece of paper with instructions on exactly how to beat Keith. And then he does it, and Keith is like, "No, I've been made a laughing stock because a child beat me." And it's like, no, Pegasus beat you. He just gave instructions to the kid on how to do it. Like, that's not the same as a child beating you. Do you not understand this, Keith?
No, but like America, so like he has to like America.
Russell, sing as much of America, fuck yeah, as you can.
I don't want to get copyright strike.
Like you're that good. I'm sorry, that was really mean.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
Are you okay, buddy?
I can't believe you would insult me like that. I work a lot. I've worked really hard on my musical career. I spent a lot of time practicing and becoming a better singer, and I really don't appreciate that you would just play me down like that.
Okay, well, sing me a song. Sing me a song then that won't get copyright strict. Something in public domain, maybe.
Frere Jacques, Frere Jacques, that's all I know. That's about it. I don't know what I'm doing. Ian, please let me stop. Ian, don't leave me hanging in silence. Ian! Ian! Why? Stop it!
That was good.
I hate you.
Wonderful. We haven't talked about Battle City a lot. That's like the best part. Jesus Christ.
It?
All right, well, I guess we're gonna fit in as much Battle City as we can. So basically, Kaiba's like, here's a big tournament, and whoever wins it gets all the Egyptian god cards. So fight each other and get their locator cards. And so you needed like some amount of. It's essentially just star chips again. But like, so Bakura shows up like partway through, and he's like, "What the fuck's going on? Oh, I want the god cards." And so he goes to the graveyard where the zombie kid and the two other goons are, because I think they split off from Bandit Keith at this point. But then he just beats, like, I don't think he even he does duel them, but he just like scares the shit out of them so bad that they're unconscious, and he just steals all the cards that they've stolen from other people. Yeah, and he just gets to the finals that way without even having to do anything.
I see. What a lad.
No, but like Duelist Kingdom is where they start like actually following the rules of the game.
Okay.
So it makes it interesting to follow along with, instead of just knowing that somebody can pull bullshit out of their ass at any given time, for any reason. And it has some of the most interesting like duels and characters in it. It's got some very interesting like additional shit. Like there's probably one of the most like well-known Battle City deals is when Yugi fights this like other guy that has a dark magician named Arcana, where he's trapped in like a Saw-esque room with like spinning death blades that would cut off their feet. Whoever, like, every time they lost life points, like these spinning doom blades got closer. And then in America, he was like, they're spirit magic blades that if they touch you, they'll send you to the Shadow Realm, because Yugi can't get his feet cut off to a bunch of 6-year-old babies. That would just be too dark. But like, it's a really fucking cool deal. And there's just a lot of really interesting like things going on in that one that just make it the most enjoyable to watch.
In Yu-Gi-Oh world,
yes,
there are so many psychopaths with their decks. It's like, why is there not a gun-esque law of like having to check people and give them psych evaluations, and also an age limit?
Because it's card games, man.
But people kill with these card games. Even the non-magic ones.
Yeah.
Like, why do people take this card game so seriously?
Russell, how well do you think you would do if you woke up tomorrow in Yu-Gi-Oh world where everyone cared about card games? Like, do you think you'd be able to survive well, or do you think you would get killed like instantly by some fucking crazy dude?
I suck
like
at
a
card
dinosaur
games. Like, I suck so hard at card games, man. It's just not my genre. I tried my damnedest to get into Tekken, which is just basically Capcom Hearthstone, pretty much. And it's Capcom, right? I fucking love Capcom. It made me want to get into it. But I had to drop it because I just don't understand card games.
Because you don't read the cards.
There is that! But it's so stressful, man. I just, like, there's so many cards I have to, like, learn about and, like, try to get and buy. And it's, like, I don't want to have to, like, read the cards. And to be fair, I don't read the cards when we play because they're not my cards and I don't know them. So, like, I don't want to waste anyone's time by having to read them then and there. So, like,
I don't want to waste their time by making their gaming experience richer. That would be stupid.
Well, but no, I don't want to like take forever like one of our friends does with his turns.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I don't want to be that guy. So I'm like, okay, shit, I just gotta play. This thing says something about enchanting a monster. I guess I'll do that. And it turns out, oh, that makes me lose the game.
Yeah, it's fun.
And then I'll be like, well, I didn't fucking know. And then you'll be like,
But
Russell,
there
it's
are
on the
also
card.
times where we you know, our threat assessment of you is already 0, so we just kind of
Thanks.
leave you alone. And then like because of that, the few cards that you do read and play, like with us just ignoring you, ends up being something that's like incredibly difficult to deal with. So by virtue of being a complete scrub lord, like it gives you a certain edge that is very humorous to me.
How would you feel if it turned out this whole entire time I've just been sandbagging you guys?
Oh yeah, and you just like whip out like your real shit just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I would be so impressed. I think I'd fall in love with you all over again.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, not for the first time, I'd imagine.
I've always wanted to live in like a world where, you know, there's no world wars, there's no weird dumb shit like that because everything just gets solved through playing card games with your enemies. But like in Yu-Gi-Oh, everybody's so stupid and they have no idea exactly what synergy is, or you know how to. They don't understand like by putting more than one copy of a card in your deck increases the ratio at which it will appear.
Yeah, everyone's just got the one, right?
Yeah. This is my one Dark Magician card. I can't stand to lose it. It's the soul of my, you know, shit like that. Where it's like, just put more Dark Magicians in there if it's really that good for you.
No, but that one is the one. It's it's got like it's his grandpa's.
Why can't you just forge bonds with more? Like make them more special to you.
Well, that's why we have Dark Magician Girl.
Oh yeah, no, that's just Fat Mate.
I'm actually surprised the topic of Dark Magician Girl has not come up yet.
I mean, like, what do you want to say about Dark Magician Girl?
I don't know. It's just at least one joke about the fact that it's like the most try-hard waifu bait ever. But other than
yeah,
that,
but you still beat it to it.
No.
Yep.
No.
That's the voice of somebody that's lying and
Dude,
has a raging erection in their shorts right now.
I do not find the Yu-Gi-Oh art style appealing by any means
You
in
have-
that regard.
Your pants, your buttons are breaking. I hear them flying off around your room. They're zipping around like a flubber. Don't even try to fool me.
You're just gonna keep doing this? You're gonna keep gaslighting me here? You're just gonna...
It's not gaslighting, it's true. It's not gaslighting if it's real.
That's... Ian, you need to stop.
But seriously, like I would love to like go to this place and just run the tables where everyone like, you know, just destroy everybody who doesn't know what the shit they're actually doing but thinks that they're like, you know, like all the characters that's like, he was a top finalist at the tournament last year, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go over there and beat the shit out of him with you know, he's playing a 60 card deck with one ofs. Like I'm gonna go over there with my, you know, highly synergistic Burning Abyss deck and just rail him for a little while.
I don't know if it's American bias. Even though he's so hilariously American, I don't care. America. No, I got a meme.
Now my inability to draw a gun is coming back to bite me.
Oh, you don't have to draw a gun when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yeah.
We have not talked about the 4Kids censorship.
These are our invisible guns.
They just point.
Okay, here's my really, really bad submachine gun.
Awesome.
That I drew without any reference.
Lovely, beautiful, love it. Cut print.
No, it's gonna become very apparent when you see my my Bandit Keith. At what point I stopped caring.
Can I be real with you?
Please.
Crabs terrify me.
Oh yeah?
I fucking hate crabs.
Just because you don't want them to pinch you?
I just don't want to be near them. They're freaks of nature. They're unnatural. They're like spiders, but almost worse. It depends on the crab. There are some crabs that look fucking cursed.
Have you seen the Japanese spider crab?
Japanese spider crab.
Spider crab. Hang on. Yeah, Japanese spider crab.
That's the one.
There it is.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, look at that big son of a bitch.
I don't like it.
Look at how I'm posing. Look,
No.
do you see the one of the guy holding it in the tank?
Oh yeah, I do. I don't like it. Why would you do that? That's why.
Russell, do you know about oh what the fuck are they called? What's the angry shrimp?
Angry shrimp?
Yeah, hang on, what is it?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about that shrimp that sees 14 bajillion colors, or?
That's the one. It's
Called fuck
exactly,
my ass
yeah.
shrimp.
Anyways, this particular shrimp, it's like got the most fucking powerful like punch in nature. It can like
Really?
Yeah, its claws are spring loaded.
The mantis shrimp?
Yeah. And by releasing it, they send out like shitloads of force that absolutely just like it could like seriously hurt a human.
This does not look like the kind of thing that could punch a human like Dragon Ball style. Yeah, let me just go ahead and close that mantis shrimp. Oh, the crab! Oh, fuck!
Oh, by closing the shrimp, I have reawakened the crab.
The crab. I hate this, dude. I hate looking at this. This fills me with such anxiety.
It's a very scary creature.
It's like, why does it exist?
You sound very pained.
I don't like it. I really don't like it. Although I will say there's one crab creature that I do think is badass, but I forget what it's called. I want to say... No, wait, that's a Skyrim enemy. What the fuck? What?
The mud crab?
Yeah, I was... What's it called? It's,
Yo, mama.
Coconut crab, I think.
Coconut crab, interesting.
Coconut crab. It's the coconut... Yeah, the coconut crab! Like, they look terrifying and I would never touch it, but it's, like, I love it, like, design-wise. Like, these things are ridiculous.
These things look about as... Do you see the one like, climbing up a trash can?
Yes, that's the iconic photo of one.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain to me, how is it that every other crab scares you, but this thing is the one that you're like, yeah, it's so cool?
Well, I mean, I can look at it without cringing, but in real life, I'd be equally, if not more, terrified.
Okay.
But this thing looks like a cool monster design for a game, you know?
Okay, I see. Well, so does the Japanese spider crab.
Fuck that thing! God, these things are terrible. Like, why do they... Okay, I'm starting to find pictures of them that look gross, and it freaks me out.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look like it belongs on this planet!
That's bugs for me. Bugs are like the most alien-like thing that we've got, I think. Like bugs and sea creatures.
Yeah, I was about to say sea creatures are where it's at, dude, in terms of that. But bugs aren't too bad for me. I guess it depends on the bug. But bugs aren't too bad for me.
I certainly don't like this fucking gnat that's flying around me right now.
Good job. Hi, Nat. I guess just to start rendering these PNGs, huh?
Might as well.
Yeah. Might as well. Might as well. Fuck my ass.
All right, buddy.
Don't actually.
No, that's the way to prove I'm not homophobic.
You're absolutely right, Ian. You're absolutely right.
I just gotta peel your sticky brown cheeks apart.
Why are you
place
mean?
my delicate penis in between them.
Hey, why are you mean, Ian?
I'm just descriptive.
Why are you mean?
It's generally just like a way to have entertainment. Like, you know, I know that it's not directly harmful to others, so I do it.
Oh yeah, so I'm just like your plaything. I'm your puppet that you just torment for your amusement.
That's a pretty good way of phrasing it.
What the fuck?
All right, Russell.
Yeah, what's up, dog?
Are you ready to show off what you've got?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll show you what I got.
All right, who are you going first?
Sure, man.
Okay.
Who should I start with?
Yugi, because we did that one first, stupid.
Alright, fine, whatever. Shit, fuck, God, you're always hectoring me. Alright,
I'm always hectoring you?
Yugi. Yeah, you're always hectoring me. Alright, here's Yugi.
Ah, look, he's got the golden puzzle.
Oh, wow.
I like the eyeliner you got on him. That looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks. Hey, that's actually really good. That hair.
Yeah.
It's kind of Dragon Ball-y, but I really like it.
It's a bit Dragon Ball-y, I'll admit.
No, that's really good. Here is my Yugi.
Ah. Oh, so those are the toes that He'll be sucking.
No. He's tapping that toe because he's waiting for his turn. Remember?
God, he looks like such a weird little gremlin.
He's like a little frog man.
Like his hair looks great, and then you just got like whatever the fuck that is.
It's like a frog slipped into a blue jumpsuit.
I don't like. I love it, Ian, but also I don't like it.
All right, give me your Kaiba.
All right, I'll give you my Kaiba. Here's my Kaiba.
Is that his tongue?
No, it's like a pouty lips.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. At first, I thought he just like was doing like a.
Yeah, earlier you were like trying to talk about how you were trying to get his like pouty expression, so I was like, all right, I guess I'll do that.
I do like I like how stocky his body looks. He's like Kylo Ren's brother.
Yeah, when I was drawing it, I was like, I just went from top to bottom, right? So I did the head, then I went to the shoulders, and I thought it'd be funny to exaggerate the shoulders. And then when I got further down, I realized I wasn't really doing anything with the drawing aside from the fact that he had pouty lips. So I was like, I'll just give him like a really dumb, tiny body.
I'll just make him look like a
big
fucking
torso,
mongoloid.
little hips.
All right, well here's my.
Jesus Christ. What is even happening?
Mokuba got his card wet, and so he's grabbed him by the head and stuck his fingers in his eyes like a bowling ball.
Nice Kansas City pin on the lapel. I think is what it's called. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Exactly, you got it.
Cool.
But yeah, he got his trading card all wet.
What does Mokuba remind me of? There's something about like the lifelessness in his face.
It kind of reminds me of like some of the creatures from like Coraline or James and the Giant Peach. Like there's the sort of expressions and like lumpy face they'd have.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what it reminds me of personally, but it's probably not for you.
Dude, I really resonate with Coraline's dad. Can I just say?
Why?
You know that meme that's been going around?
I don't, because you know what? Let's just dedicate a little period at the end of each one of these to you telling me about some new meme.
No, that'd be great.
That's basically what's happened for like 50% of these episodes so far.
It? Yeah. But no, there's just a meme going around of the scene where Coraline checks in on her dad when he's at the computer, and she's like, "Are you winning, Dad?" or whatever. She's like, "Hey, like Dad, what are you up to?" And then he just looks at her, and like her dad just looks so soulless. Dead. He's just like the elongated face and like the tired eyes. Yeah. It's been going around.
Okay, all right.
But
well, you know what else should go around? You're Joey to me.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, whatever, yeah, fine, yeah, sure, yeah, I guess, sure, yeah.
Your next line is, "Yeah, I'm your fucking girlfriend."
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah,
very
100%.
Nice.
You are my fucking girlfriend. That's what it sounds like.
Right. Here's mine.
I'm so sorry, Yug. I had. What the? Oh no! I saw the hair and I was.
I wasn't expecting that genuine a reaction.
Wait, so what's the story context behind this? Why is Yugi small? Why did Joey have to crush him?
Originally, Joey was gonna have like the planet in his hand, like a globe floating around, and he was gonna be like, "I'm sorry, Hug. I've grown tired of this world." But I just switched it to him crushing him.
I've become fed up with the failings of humanity.
I'm so tired of this world. All right, one more. We gotta power through. Keith.
All right, our boy, America himself.
Hey, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
That's legitimately looks really good.
I guess.
Wow, so. I really like that.
Cool.
Damn. Okay, that's great. I love that. That's really well. That's like the body is really well done. The hands blocked out really nicely.
It's not bad. Yeah.
All right, now it's time for mine. We should have gone the other way so we could have ended on that, but let's end on this.
I love this. I love how detailed and normal his head is. And then he just turns into like some Adult Swim ass motherfucker.
Oh, don't call it Adult Swim animation. Oh, now I feel bad.
I just mean in terms of like body grotesqueness.
Yeah. Do you like my semi-automatic weaponry?
That's what. Okay, I understand now. It looks like It looks like a pistol with an extended barrel and then an extended magazine in the middle of where the extended barrel like connects.
It looks like a fucking.
That's just not how guns work.
It looks like cow tools.
Is that supposed to be like a grill or something he's next to?
No, that's the front of his.
It's a lawnmower or something.
No. It's the little like wheelie carts that are at like grocery stores for fat people.
Oh, you right. Yeah, you right.
Hang on. Do you know about cow tools?
No, what's cow tools?
Okay, this is my chance to show you a meme.
Okay. Let's
All
see
right.
it.
You're familiar with the comic strip The Far Side?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's cow tools.
Okay.
That's all. That's the whole strip, and ever since it first got published in a paper, people have just been confused over what the fuck the joke was.
Yeah, I'm not fully sure.
Because those are the tools a cow would use.
But I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, there's a stick, there's something that's in the shape of a saw. And then I don't want to know what those two lumps are to the left, like dead kiwis.
Yeah. Something about them looks a little perverse to me.
I don't know about that, but they look like they look like turned away kiwis to me, like the bird.
Apparently Larson, the creator, his mom called him to ask what the punchline was supposed to be. Like she didn't get it either and had to ask him about it.
Oh, that's funny. Like, son, we still love you. And we support anything you do. Just
okay, so please join us next time on Artistically Declined, where we'll be drawing more fun little times. I had a lot of fun on this one. I got to talk a lot about a thing that was very happy from my youth, and from even up to just a few years ago.
Yeah, this was a nice retreading on a thing that I'm not as familiar with, but it's nice to reflect back on the.
All right, goodbye, guys.
Fuck you. Okay. Yugi boy.
Yugi boy.
Yugi boy.
I am Bakura.
Yugi boy.
Come, suck on my toes.
I'm not going to suck on your toe, Bakura.
No, that was okay. You got it. It was Bakura. All right.
Yeah, I mean you.
I won't, Bakura.
You literally said, "I am Bakura, suck on my toe."
Yeah, but you know, sometimes.
It was you who will be sucking on toes, Bakura. The toes of my dark magician.
Oh, all right. That seems like a fair enough trade.
Wait, you're not supposed to be. The point is, I'm going to defeat you.
Holograms taste so delicious.
What the fuck is? Oh, you really must be stopped.
Kaiba, it's me, your mother. Mom, you weren't supposed to pick me up for another hour.
I have to defeat Yugi, Mom.
No, you can do that later.
Holy shit, Mom. You were Yugi this whole time?
No.
But Ma, you sound exactly like him.
Oh.
And you seem just as amazingly beautiful with your perfectly coiffed hair and your twink boy body.
Perfect callback. You brought it all back around.
Thank you.
Bring it all back to you.